Happiness is very, very, very big word, you know? And sometimes you feel it for moments, and I don't know if I can call these moments a happiness. We live our life like scared from taxi driver because it could be a security man writing reports about the people who say anything against the government. We believe that the walls have ears. And for 50 years, when you want to go to vote, there is a yes or no. You can't put no. You can't. They will check your paper before you put it in the box. They used everything, arresting people, killing people under torture. We founded a magazine against the government, and we want to record this abuse. Assad attacked that office that we're meeting in. We moved our place. At that day, they attacked us in the new place that we were meeting in Shammas neighborhood. At that day, they committed a massacre there. The Syrian army, surrounding the area, they killed about 20 people and arrested about 150 people and a lot of women after they forced them to be naked and took them to the prison. I don't know what will happen in the prison. A lot of my friends just killed there under torture. After all this bombing from Assad and Assad allies, we received many calls. You want freedom? We'll come to your place at night and show you what is freedom. One told me that they are preparing to do something and said you have to leave as soon as possible because you are not safe anymore. Yeah, they want to rape me and I have to dream to go back to my home in Syria. We were lucky that we have relatives, we have lawyer. We applied to have a visa to Australia, but the people who are in refugees camps, they can't do this. I think they are most important people to come here. When they take this boat and put them under risk in the sea for 1% of hope, because there is no hope at all in refugees camp. No future, no childhood. In Lebanon, there is nothing to them, just tent, and they have to rent it by $100. They are refugee and they have to rent their tent. I saw a lot of families not living in tent and just the streets, and under the bridge without anything. That's very bad situation and sometimes very dangerous for Syrian people to be in Lebanon. And I heard when I was there a lot of kidnapping stories. I feel scared and angry and powerless. Is that the word, powerless? When you feel like you can't help because even your situation is the same. But not to let me stop what I believe in. What made me start feeling that I wanna paint. The suffering that Syrian people, they faced in Syria, I want to give them voice here. Most of this photo from my friends there, they text me, look at this photo, maybe you'd like to paint it. They living in this situation. In any time, in any second, they could pass away. And they continue in their demanding for freedom, democracy, and they know what they will face it too, because they already faced all this horrible situation. The photo is just by itself a painting. You don't have to add anything to it. Sometimes I focus on something that I wanna make it more deeper. Sometimes I find difficulties to look at them, at their eyes, and sometimes I cry while I'm painting. I like to express what I feel in painting and sculpture, not in talking. Every day, every moment, every second, we just heard about massacres and all this. No one can imagine what's happened in Syria. That's just a little bit what Al-Assad done in Syria and is still doing until now. And at that time there's no ISIS. Now the biggest crisis in the world is refugee crisis, Syrian refugee crisis. If they want to really find serious solution of this crisis, they have to go to the main reason who made this crisis and who made it still continue. I don't know why the Western countries that call it's a civil war. How it could be a civil war when Russia's there, America's there, ISIS there, Hezbollah there, Iran there, and fighting the civilian people. We want to all foreigners to get out from our land. That's our land. And do you know, if Assad regime doesn't have this support from that countries, our revolution could win in very short time without all this destruction that happens. Assad regime and ISIS scared of our revolution because they know when we win, when our revolution will win, there will not exist of them.